All right, welcome Hedgehog, our in-house jungle news curator. Another episode of Mind of a Lion, Bowtie Barb. Uh, for listeners, Substack subscribers, the link below is to Hedgehog's YouTube, where you will find the jungle news animated video clips of what's going on with Bowtie Bull and everyone else. This is high level, almost seems like Hollywood style content. Live animation voiceover. It's pretty incredible. Check out Hedgehog's YouTube below.
Yeah, thanks a lot. I'm actually excited to be a part of the podcast.
Hedgehog, before we kind of dive in, I'm curious. So you're from Sweden originally.
Yeah, exactly.
How did you find Bowtie Bull or Wall Street Playboys? Like, where did you first hear about his or her, their content? And how'd you end up here today?
Yeah, that's a good question. It started with me. I've tried to learn more about crypto. So I have been spending like more of my time on Twitter, following like, big crypto accounts. And one of my friends who's also a bit into crypto, he recommended me following Wall Street Playboys, as it was called back then, and that was like maybe like in November last year. So I'm actually pretty new to it, and I like the content a lot. So I've been reading a lot of Bull's blog posts, and started following his content a lot because I think it's really great. So basically it was like my friend that showed me him.
Roughly what kind of time frame was this? Was this post-COVID, pre-COVID, years ago?
During COVID. So I've been spending like my time since COVID I've been spending more time learning about cryptocurrency, and like November last year I got introduced to Wall Street Playboys. So I'm actually pretty new to all of this and to this community.
Right. So really a few months before, and even last November, October, Wall Street Playboys had the blog, and there was still, hey, real estate, crypto, tech stocks.
Yeah, exactly.
So before that, they kind of went full send on DeFi, cryptocurrency, stay anonymous.
Yeah, exactly. So when I started reading, he was still doing the Wall Street content. But so I've been following as he has progressed more into crypto and DeFi.
How is your mindset? I'm trying to get a picture in my mind here. Your mindset shifted from even 6-7 months ago to, or let's say COVID, March until now. Whether it's Bitcoin, it's macro level, it's Europe, it's
how
has your perspective shifted?
It has changed a lot because it's everything here is new to me. First of all, I'm from Sweden, so I haven't even experienced like most of the people here. They're from the USA, so it's a whole new like culture. So first, that's like new to me, and also like the content of the Wall Street Playboys. I have never really been into those kinds of conscious self-improvements before. So I have never really had a worked hard on self-improvement up until like I started reading this blog actually.
So when you say self-improvement, I mean, what does that look like? I'm trying to get an image in my mind. Is it?
Yeah,
talking about fitness, something else?
Yeah, like in every aspect. So starting to take care of my health more, like going to the gym, trying to like find ways to create an online income, like all of that.
Now, clearly with your jungle news videos, animation overlays you've shared with the jungle so far, are you looking to? Is it more of a hobby, or are you looking to kind of build that out into a feasible, monetizable a business? Is this something you're looking to make money with down the road?
Yeah, so I eventually I'm trying to like make money online. So I'm just experimenting, like testing out, finding ways to like provide value on in the jungle and on the internet. So it's basically just me uh, testing different concepts and trying to figure what people like and don't like. So yeah, if I can make money out of it, that would be really nice. But actually, I've done it because I think it's funny. So it's kind of like mostly because it's fun, I would say.
Came for the meme, stayed for the money.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I would definitely say it's because I think it's fun.
Outside of kind of that side hustle, actually, I'll back up. Have you read the books Efficiency or Spend? Try and
Yeah,
Invest?
yeah, I've actually read all three of them.
Perfect. Number one takeaway that's
No,
not related to crypto from the books.
that would be like constantly trying to become more efficient, like trying to stop wasting time. Um, yeah, like always trying to become more efficient. That's like the key takeaway, I would say, from all of this. Uh, trying to improve that way.
So, for example, I mean, mindset shifting. Did you or trying to change your schedule, or how you kind of break up your days and your weeks?
Yeah, exactly. So actually, I'm a student. I'm currently studying a business degree in Sweden, and I'm trying to like follow the steps that is outlined in the like in the Substack or in the efficiency book. So I've got a new part-time job, and currently have like 2 part-time jobs, and trying to like follow the steps in the efficiency book. So
So
that's
you take
basically what I'm up to, and that's why I'm also engaging in the community to like learn more and to yeah, just to improve and try to develop a way to make money online and all of this.
so being in university in background. So I also I'm not in school anymore, but I have that business degree, whatever you want to call it, background.
Mm.
Of course, as Bull says, you can't really teach business in college. You can only teach it outside the classroom.
Yeah.
How has your kind of perspective on university and school shifted in the last 12 months or so, or even since getting into Bowtie Bowl community?
Yeah, but I agree a lot that it's basically a way to get a job, so it's or a career, and maybe the content itself is not something you'll have a lot of use of to or of. So I guess it's just a way to get a job, and it's more about what you do on the side that matters.
All about the side hustle.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
so being in university, I mean, even if you're not 9 to 5 grind, it seems like you're kind of structuring it as this is a placeholder. This is a way for me to get a stable job and paycheck, which will support me diving into different side hustles, different businesses, etc.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I'm like viewing it right now.
Have you been to the States before, Hedgehog?
And no, or yes, I have actually been to Los Angeles once, just like on a vacation with the family, but not more than that actually.
So your only taste of the United States in person is Los Angeles.
Yes.
I will. I'll have to apologize on behalf of the other 90% of the United States. That is not an accurate representation of how most
Yeah, I understand it, but it's it's just that's the only time I've been to USA.
Right. So, kind of to make an analogy here, so bully in the jungle, bulldog, turkey, and others that I'm not necessarily familiar with, right? They're building out, whether it's compounds or kind of, I don't want to say they're fallout shelter, but they're even silverback, like a home that's self-sufficient, water, solar, etc., where they can hunt, they can fish, etc.
Yeah, exactly.
What does that look like in Europe? Like whether it's Sweden or other parts of the Eurozone, strategically, if things are going to shift over the next 10 years, as say Sovereign Individual predicts, like where is the best place in Europe to try to live sustainably without completely going, balls deep in the Arctic Circle and never seeing a human being again?
Yeah, so to be honest, like I don't know. I don't have any like experience on that, and so it would be like I'm not the guy to ask that question, but maybe like we have Dejan Island Europe, like I don't even know what's called in English, like Creta. Yeah, that's like a tax haven or something. Maybe that's where you want to go.
Right.
And
or we call it Switzerland.
Yeah, exactly. But that's not something I have a lot of knowledge about, so I can't really give a good answer on that.
What's life like in Sweden right now? Actually, let's go back. What was life like in Sweden, March, April of 2020 when the world started shutting down?
I believe Sweden was actually, compared to other countries, did not have a lot of regulations in the beginning.
That's what I heard. Not as much lockdowns.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd rather ask someone who was there.
I think we had compared to other countries, we were like extremely chill about it, which I think maybe like annoyed other countries, because maybe other countries think Sweden didn't take it seriously. So in the beginning there was little restrictions at all. Now there's like
bars didn't close, restaurants.
Yeah, exactly. Everything was like still open in the beginning.
Good stuff. And it really hasn't changed then, right? I mean, they've stayed open.
No, it's actually after like, I'm not sure, maybe half a year or something, they started to add more regulation and things. So I would say they've taken like kind of the same approach as other countries. It's just in the beginning that they didn't do a lot.
Interesting. The irony, some family members of mine were in Sweden mid-March 2020. They were checking out like is it reindeer or caribou you got up there? They were at the Arctic Circle at like an ice hotel in Sweden.
Yeah, I know what
ice hotel. And so they were off the grid for a few days, and they came back online, and everyone's blowing up their phone like, you need to get home, you need to get back to the States. The irony is that it probably would have been easier to stay and not come home to a full lockdown.
Yeah, probably, because to be honest, it has not changed. Like in the beginning, there was not any big changes, because we could still do the same stuff. So it took a while before we actually started to feel like the effects of the virus in the form of regulations and such. So it's been pretty. There was not a lot of regulations and stuff.
I'm trying to think. Is PewDiePie from Sweden? That video
he's from Sweden.
That's I guess that's a character. We're probably not too far off in age. We grew up with at least the video game culture.
Yeah, exactly.
before everyone was trying to live stream. Uh, how does so you're young? I mean, well, I'd say you can barely drink, but it's 18 or younger in
No,
Sweden.
I'm actually 20.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'll say in the States you wouldn't be able to drink or buy a drink, but you're in uni, so I mean you'll still be 30s on DJ Island, wherever
Yeah,
that is.
exactly.
What's the long run game plan? Right, you've read efficiency spend. You're a young guy. I'm sure you want to have a family one day. You want to have multiple streams of income, and I'm sure you have like different hobbies.
Yeah.
Leisures. What's kind of like the high level vision 10, 15 years out? Where do you see yourself? What do you see yourself doing?
Yeah, so it would be nice to like now yeah, but what I'm trying to do is like follow the steps of the efficiency. So get a job after college and spend a big part of my income on developing a like second stream of income, and try to like make much money until I'm like 30. And yeah, I would like to have to not have a job, like to have
Right.
yeah, to have my own company or something like that.
I mean, what do you do? I'm just trying to get an image of Hedgehog. What does Swedish Hedgehog do for fun when things aren't locked down and it's not wintertime? I mean, like, do you ski? Do you go like what does Hedgehog do on when he's got some time to screw off?
Yeah, so like 1 year back, maybe I would hang out with my friends and drink beers and do some things like that. So maybe not the most productive things. And the like hobbies, I like training. I go to the gym, and yeah, like spending time learning about stuff like crypto and things. That was a very vague answer. I'm sorry for that, but
Oh, absolutely. It is very big. So let's say you're in a scenario, the year is 2030. You're making money online. How you're making money, let's say that's not important right now. If you could do anything, you have to do one thing as work, as a hobby, as a job, as a business. If you could do anything and make enough money to do what you want, what would that one thing be? Could be anywhere from being a ski guide to taking Americans up to the Arctic Circle on sleds and whatever. It could be anything ridiculous, but
yeah, I mean, I haven't traveled much, so that's actually one thing I would want to do, like travel as many countries as possible. So like have that freedom to be able to move around in the world, like wherever I want to go. And I can't do that right now because I don't have like the money to do that. But I would definitely want to experience other countries more.
freedom of movement.
Yeah, exactly.
Hedgehog, have you read Sovereign Individual?
No, I have not read it yet, but I have bought it and I will start reading it.
Now, Hedgehog, do you read? I mean, of course, for university, but do you read outside of the classroom? I mean, bow tie bull books, efficiency spend, but I mean, do you read in general?
Yeah, I read book, but actually I have not like been reading a lot of books like during high school. But it's something I've been starting doing like the latest years, and that I will definitely try to put more of my time into.
To make an analogy, consider the way that the bow tie bull books efficiency spend, et cetera, have shifted your mindset and motivated you to change your day-to-day schedule or your plan for each year of university or what you want to do right after university? Sovereign Individual shifted my mindset and everyone who's read it that I've talked to in the high time frame. So you're not going to walk out your house and just go run off into the woods and never come back, but it will shift the long run kind of vision or target for the next 10, 20 years. And it connects so many dots. The thread I had on Sovereign Individual a couple of days ago, I mean, I can't speak for Bull, but there's a lot of parallels. Like he said, says, have fun being kidnapped and not going to make it. Well, that's referring to Sovereign Individual. It talks about increasing inequality within countries, decreasing inequality across countries, where basically the internet makes more equal opportunity, but less equal results. Again, equal opportunity, unequal results.
Yeah.
And Sovereign Individual predicts kind of the rise of more city-state, feudal, almost like that Citadel style compounds, super family compounds, where there isn't these large nation states, but rather more like city states. And maybe Degen Island is one of those, but I can't speak for Bull, but it does seem to be a lot of parallels in the jungle here.
Yeah, as I understand it, it's like that is what it's all based on. Like, but I have not read the book yet, so I don't really know exactly what it's about. But I've understood that a lot of the theory outlaid in the book is like what comes up in the Bowtied Bull mindset and in the Substack.
It is the Sovereign Individual. So this is written in 1997, which is when did the Eurozone start? The 90s?
The Euro.
Yeah, the Eurozone. Well, the Euro and the Eurozone as a whole, like that kind of free immigration between EU countries.
Yeah, like it started in the middle of the middle of the 90s.
Middle of the 90s. So Sovereign Individual mentions the EU, but as in the context of the EU forming, Eurozone forming, and predicts kind of that it'll falter. And he goes in the same way the United States, but that it's the ability to keep that centralization between countries with different cultures and languages and economies.
Yeah.
It's hard to put it in context, but whatever you're reading, I'd say at least read the first chapter of Sovereign Individual. Stop and read that first chapter and then go back to whatever you're doing.
Yeah, we'll definitely do that.
So you're young, you're in uni. How did you discover Bitcoin and crypto? What's that origin story look like?
Yeah, so I've heard about Bitcoin and I've since I was I remember when I was 12, me and my friends we read about Bitcoin and we thought it was really cool that if you invested just $10 in it, it would be really much money, and that was back at 2012. So we thought it was cool that something could raise that much in value. So that's the first time I heard about Bitcoin.
What year was this?
Yeah, 2012.
2012.
Yeah, we were just talking about it because we for some reason we found out about it.
And you were what, a pre-teenager?
Wait, I must think. I was 12. I don't know if the year was. Yeah, wait, I must think. Yeah, but it was 8 years ago.
Right, but yeah, I mean that's a lot when you're still in university.
Yeah,
So,
I mean,
so what did that look like? You heard about it, and then what?
yeah, we like read some news article that like was like, if you invested this much in Bitcoin when it started, you will be like multimillionaire, something like that.
Right.
And we was just thought it was like amazing that you could make so much money by investing so little. So that's like the first time I heard about Bitcoin during my life. But it's not until recently that I have actually like bought Bitcoin and started to put more time reading into it.
So when did you start actually using crypto, whether to buy things online or even to hold a little bit as an investment?
Yeah, I think I bought my first Bitcoin in like November on
So,
an exchange.
so right around when you got into Bowtie Bull, Wall Street Playboys.
Yeah, exactly. And I didn't like buy real Bitcoin. I bought them on like exchanges, just on the FTX exchange.
Oh, right. Which, of course, you don't need to use a VPN to access, I don't think, right?
No, exactly. So it's not like high level crypto. Like, yeah, I just wanted to hold some Bitcoin, so I bought it that way, the easy way.
The easy way.
Exactly.
The easy way. It does seem. So, are you familiar with other exchanges, maybe Binance or Coinbase?
Yeah, I'm familiar with them, but I haven't used them. I've just been using the FTX exchange.
I find an irony. Well, I guess FTX is founded by Bankman-Fried. He's American.
Yeah, exactly.
Based in Hong Kong. But a lot of these crypto exchanges, they ban Americans and then like a list of places you don't want to go, like Iran, Cuba, Syria, Iraq, Venezuela, North Korea. So it's like the US is in that bucket.
Yeah.
Almost a testament to the kind of archaic KYC AML, like the know your customer and where you have to make an account and stuff and put your passport photo and all that KYC AML.
Yeah, exactly.
All these financial restrictions. It's so I see El Salvador in the news a couple weeks ago, and it's inspiring, but it's also like, wow, this is really happening.
Yeah, exactly. That's really cool, actually. That it could be like the first spark of something bigger.
Right. Have you read Bitcoin Standard by Safadayan Amos, whatever his name
No,
is?
I have not.
Another book for the reading list. Not as important as Sovereign Individual. Well, maybe. But it's all right. I'll back up here. So you started really buying Bitcoin last year, and
yeah. So here's the thing. I'm like new to it. So reason why I'm like engaging in the jungle and reason why I'm like following the About I Bull Substack is because I want to learn more about it, because I'm new to all of this. So I think by engaging more in the jungle, I'll interact with people, and it will help me like learn more and faster. So it's kind of a way for me to, by putting more effort into the jungle, I also learn more about the crypto and the community around it. That's like my strategy. That's why I'm like here, to just learn as much as possible. But I'm really at the early stages. I don't know a lot, and I'm young, and I haven't really like become great at it yet.
right. Of course, even people who claim to know what they're talking about, it almost seems that anyone who claims to be an expert is proven wrong eventually. That crypto has a way of leveling your ego and your confidence out.
Yeah, even the best get rug pulled sometimes.
Now, so you're in uni, and of course, a lot of barely legal people and your peers, friends, colleagues. What's kind of the sentiment on the ground, whether it's classmates, flatmates, people your age in Sweden you socialize with? Does crypto ever come up in conversation? Like, I'm trying to get the mind of a
No.
18 to 20-year-old.
Actually, it's like uh, all I can't like discuss crypto with anyone. So it's like my social life or my life in the real world has like nothing to do with um, the one in the jungle. It's like I have no real friends that I discuss crypto with. Almost, I have like my best friend. He is also wants to learn more about crypto, but generally it's not something that people around me are aware about or like are interested in. I would say.
Maybe a good sign, right?
Yeah, it might be.
You can't be late if it's not popular yet.
Yeah, exactly. Or maybe if people like think of it as an short time way to make money, and some of them maybe have bought it just to like make some fast money,
Right.
but not because they're like interested in the cryptocurrency itself.
So almost about your age in the last cycle, and of course then I was all altcoins. I was using Bitcoin, but not holding it. I was holding like XRP, XLM, a bunch of altcoins. And the sentiment, it seemed, of course there's greed, of course there's degeneracy in leverage trading, but it seemed in 2017 people were using crypto as a way to accumulate dollars or euros, fiat.
Yeah,
They're gonna, all right, I'm gonna buy Bitcoin and then I'm gonna sell it to another sucker for a higher profit, and I'm gonna cash out those dollars, those fiat.
yeah, exactly.
Now it starts to seem, whether it's Michael Saylor or El Salvador, Jack Dorsey, that in 2021 there's more and more people who are buying crypto not to make dollars, but to buy crypto. In other words, they're using Bitcoin as a defensive strategy to exit fiat, not as a way to gain more fiat.
Yeah, exactly. And actually, also now there's like more with all this like all these different coins. You don't even have to like exchange it back to US dollars anymore. I mean, you can use exchanges, things like that. So yeah, it's cool to see how the infrastructure around it is developing.
It is fascinating. On that note of speed of development, so when did you actually join the jungle, or like start, following accounts in the jungle?
Yeah, it was like when I made the first video, it was on like a normal Twitter account. But then when I made the second video, I think it was from my HEDGEHOG. So I don't know really, like in the beginning of May, maybe.
Early May.
Early May, yes.
That clown video, that first one, that was like early May, right?
Yeah,
Early May.
exactly.
Okay, explains why I
Maybe
couldn't,
late April, early May, somewhere around there.
because I didn't realize that was Hedgehog, but now okay, it makes sense because it was a different. All right.
Yeah.
The vibe. So I was at the Clown Hatton, April 27th.
Yeah, you were the Joker there, right?
I was the purple Joker, which is
awesome.
ironic because Dingo made a video today showing me like killing the Joker from a helicopter, and I was like, wait, I was wearing that same costume.
That's very funny.
It was kind of a weird vibe in that it wasn't super. We were all kind of in a circle, but no one really had direction.
Yeah.
The mariachi band got canceled. I'm sure there'll be bigger events later on, but it was kind of cool, and we all kind of showed up from different places, and it was kind of like, oh, we're here.
It's actually very cool that you were there. It's very cool.
I find an analogy in that it wasn't so much what we did at Times Square on April 27th. It's that we showed up, It's
Yeah.
the journey we all took. One guy came from Canada. He took like a plane in and then a bus out and
Yeah.
to the border. It was just craziness to get there. Is more of like, hey, it's what you're doing to get here that matters. It's not so much what you do when you get here.
Yeah. And that was like early, so those people who actually showed up there, they were like they're really early to it.
Degen turbos.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm trying to say.
What has your Hedgehog been your impression? Of course, a lot of the jungle is Americans. Of course, we got some Aussies, Platy, Dingo.
Yeah, exactly.
What has kind of been your impression of the people in jungle so far? I mean, have you seen anything like this before, offline or
No,
online?
yeah. So I just like found the Wall Street Playboy's Twitter account like interesting. That's how it all began. But it's like seeing all the like super intelligent people and seeing like all the crazy stuff they do. It's like I just have to be a part of it because it's just so interesting and funny to watch. So that's why I'm here, because it's really cool to see, and there's a lot of smart people here. So that's what why I'm like why I'm so excited being a part of it and following it all.
Have you found any or talked to any kind of Europeans in the jungle?
No, actually, I have not been engaging much with the animals, except through my videos.
Right.
So I'm mostly here observing, because I feel like except for the videos, I don't have a lot of like knowledge or value to add. So it's right now I'm more here to learn, actually, and while learning I can create this video to possibly help some people out. But I'm mostly here because I think there's a lot of smart people, and I like watching their content.
So to kind of paraphrase your statement there, you're here to learn. You're not sure if or what value to provide.
Yeah.
There's a lot of great people here.
Yeah, exactly. So if we take, for example, my jungle news, it's like I'm here reading about all the people or all the animals in the jungle. So therefore, I thought I can add value by using that knowledge and like summarize it and into videos so that other people can watch it. So I'm trying to like add value by summarizing what I learn from others. That's kind of like what I'm doing here.
Synthesizing information.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is what Baboon with his daily digest and Elephant with his threads on bull content are doing.
Yeah, it's like Baboon and Elephant. I'm kind of like doing what they're doing. They're just trying to learn as much as possible and summarizing the information.
Key word there, you said synthesizing information.
Yeah, exactly. So that's like the concept between of the jungle news, like gathering information and clearing out the noise of the jungle.
Clearing out the noise. That is the line there. Even Bowles mentioned his Substack is it's synthesizing information, in that, and I like how you mentioned noise. It seems to be, whether your jungle news videos or the Bull Substack, for example, it's not reinventing the wheel. It's filtering signal from noise, synthesizing what's important.
Yeah.
And lastly, translating that complex idea into a more simple, comprehensible piece of advice.
Yeah,
Words.
exactly. So like I read some of your threads, like the one on the I don't know the name, um the latest one, Eugene, what's it
Dunning-Kruger
called?
effect last
Yeah,
night.
Daniel Krug. Yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, like how you summarize it and make it comprehensible. That's like also what I'm trying to do.
Right. So the thread, the Dunning-Kruger effect last night. What's your? I mean, were you familiar with the Dunning-Kruger effect?
No, I've never heard of it before.
So what's your takeaway from that? Learning about that concept.
Just a very cool concept that it's like it's nice to have it to like have a word for it, because like reading it as a theory, because maybe you can understand that that's how it works, but it's nice to like finding words for it and seeing that it's actually a theory. If you understand what I'm trying to say.
I think so. In that you might have already known the Dunning-Kruger effect, like you've seen it in real life. The more you
Yeah,
know, the more
exactly. You
you
have
realize you don't know.
some like feeling that it exists, but it's like you become more aware of it when you can read it as a like theory.
Put a word to it.
Yeah, put a word to it.
Put
Exactly.
a word to it. It
So stuff
so,
like
for
that
example,
is
your
very
jungle
interesting.
news, call
Yeah.
it curating content, but you use the term filtering noise, synthesizing information, which is what we kind of maybe understand or we see, but now we have a word to describe the entire phenomenon of your videos and Bull's Substack.
Yeah, exactly. Because as I don't have a lot of I don't have like a sales experience or things like that I can provide value into the jungle. So uh, so I feel like by the way I can provide value is by just simplifying the information and making it more comprehensible and cutting out the noises of the jungle for those people that don't have the time to like read every single tweet in the jungle.
Right. And we don't. I look for your videos every week or two in Baboon's daily digest
Yeah, he's
to
the
find what
daily
was going
digest.
on yesterday.
Yeah, exactly. It's a great concept, I think.
In that, in Baboon's example, when I'm producing something like the Dunning-Kruger effect thread last night, I send it to Baboon so it can be in that digest. He's my first point of contact for both finding information and putting out information.
Yeah.
It's a highway. And it
Yeah.
seems you're doing this with the videos, just a lot more complex in the content.
Yeah, but what Baboon
Analogy.
is doing, it's really great, and I use it a lot for my videos because sometimes I can't stay updated on the jungle, so I can use his work to like it even helps me stay updated. So I think what he's doing is really great.
It's almost ironic you mentioned. So I'm seeing a pattern. To quote you, Hedgehog, you're like,
Yeah.
I'm in uni. I don't have experience with sales or fitness, for example. I'm not sure what I can share in value. I'm here to learn, and that's a common theme I'm finding talking to jungle animals one-on-one is this sense of like humility and open-mindedness that there's so much they don't know and they want to learn. They're not here to shill in my way, the highway. That they're here with an open mind in the jungle.
Yeah, exactly. So that would describe the hedgehog pretty good. Just trying to learn, take in as much as possible, and try to provide value in the ways that I can.
And Dunning-Kruger effect, the hedgehog is maybe on the side of awareness, or I don't say value of despair like it's a bad thing, but you have the humility and the awareness to see, at 20, there's so much to learn still.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just at the beginning of the curve. It's like you start at the place where you're overconfident. I'm just on my way down the slope.
Right. Skiing.
I'm just realizing how much I don't know.
Right. It's fun. Even a few years ago at your age, things I thought I had figured out, I realized are not even true at all. And so now I'm sitting here like, well, a few years from now, what am I going to realize in hindsight that what I think now is not true? Such is life.
Yeah, exactly. You feel like you get dumber every day.
Right. Especially in the jungle, it's like I feel like you can't keep up with all the high speed type A people.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely. So, Hedgehog, is this really your debut? I mean, your videos, you do a voiceover, so that's not animated. Is this your first debut with the kind of Hedgehog voice?
Yeah, it is. I didn't even want to try using my real voice for the videos because, my English is not that fluid. So I thought it was better to use the text-to-speech option, and it's actually faster too for me. So that's a thing that's been working very great for me.
Right. And I do like the voice sounds, of course, I don't want to say fake or digital, but it goes with the theme of, well, it's a hedgehog avatar talking about other animals. It's all a cartoon.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's funny that it's a bit robotic because it's like it fits with the crypto theme, and I think it works great actually.
It is working great, and it looks like Bull loves it. I think the whole jungle loves what you're doing with the videos. And the only thing I ask for is like, when can we have more? And
that's awesome. Yeah, to be honest, I'm surprised by the attention that I've gotten, and that's why I've been continuing with it, because when I made my first clown video, I had no thought behind it. It was just something I made for fun. But when I realized that some people thought it was very funny, it's like it gave me a kick that have made me continue creating more.
Good looks. Before we jump off here, Hedgehog, for listeners, of course, I'll kick it out to Substack and put it on a YouTube link. Hedgehog's YouTube channel is below, where you'll find the recorded copies of the curated jungle news with the animated avatar and what's happening. And it's entertaining. Even if you don't want to know what's going on in the jungle, and we all do, it's entertaining as hell. Any kind of last remarks or takeaways from having a conversation in the jungle as a whole, Hedgehog?
I would never have had this. I had no idea I would be doing a podcast. So it's just funny to see what happens.
Right. Yeah, neither did I. Sponge started a couple weeks ago, and then he did it with me, the first one, and I was like, well, why don't I do this? And here we are.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. Awesome. All right. Thanks for joining episode of Mind of a Lion with Bowtied Hedgehog. Look out for his future curated jungle news. Oh, Sponge just joined. Okay. All right.
Yeah. Thanks a lot.
Hey, what's up, boys?
Hey.
Hello, man.
Hey, Sponge. What's going on?
Dude, I'm pretty stoked. I just dropped the episode with Patrick the Tax Advisor. So that's
I saw.
Yeah.
Dejan Island might be Puerto Rico.
Oh yeah, buddy.
So yeah, I put out a thread on that a few days ago. The problem with the Act 22 so Hedgehog background, the U.S. Americans are taxed everywhere they go, no matter where they live, even if you live in Sweden.
Yeah.
But if you're in Puerto Rico, you don't get federal income tax. However, that law goes until 2035. So if Dejan Island starts in 2035 and the law expires in 2035,
This will be a
We're a little
problem.
bit late.
Well, yeah, but we're not going to wait till 2035 to show up. That's a long time. Are you kidding me? I'm out of here in like 5 years or less.
Ideally.
Yeah. So Hedgehog, I heard you're from Sweden.
Yeah, that's true. I'm Swedish.
Okay, yo, homie, I need the hookup. Okay, I saw pictures of Swedish girls online. Okay,
Yeah.
I need to come hang out by you, buddy. Okay, I don't
Yeah.
know what the Vikings did. You guys stole all the good genes or something. Okay, but I swear to God, I need to come through.
Yeah, it's heaven here, actually.
I mean, is anyone not blonde and tall? And
Yeah, I know some, like three people maybe.
three
But
people.
most of them.
God damn.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Sponge, we were talking. Well, just kind of the impression of Hedgehog videos synthesizing information, kind of like how Bull uses his Substack to filter out the noise, to quote Hedgehog. And Hedgehog's here to learn. This is his debut, his real voice, not his animated.
No, Hedgehog's videos are freaking fantastic. Honestly, man, I got to give you some credit. Like, I'm really impressed with that. Well, we should Barbara, have you talked to him about the idea we were discussing, or you want to talk about that offline?
Oh, so I think Hedgehog and I, we DM'd a little bit about like the comic strip idea. Is that what you're referring to?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. So doing a written Q&A from Bull, maybe text to speech, and turning that into a story, animated story with different avatars.
That could definitely be something. I'm just trying to test out as many different things as possible and stick with the ones that works, that people like.
Oh no, people would like this. People would like this a lot, buddy. I'm telling you right now. No. There's an audience for this. If we can get this rolling, this would be epic. Like imagine JRE tunes. Have you watched Joe Rogan at all?
No, I have not. So I don't really know what that is, to be honest.
Okay, I'll send you some links after this.
Yeah, perfect.
Because they got some of these like really funny cartoons that go along with his podcast, and the gist of it is that they take like a minute or two from whatever the podcast is that's running, and they turn it into an animated skit, and it'd be like the most interesting or funny segments, and you could make an analogous version of that with stuff that Bull says, and be like, exactly. Be like a 1 minute hot clip and be like, hey, here's the firebomb he's dropping. And it's like, this is why you should listen because it's fucking dope.
Yeah, I'm always up for like helping out and provide content for the jungle. So that sounds like it could be something.
Yeah, dude, that'd be freaking awesome. Yo, so what's your situation then over in Sweden? Are you working? You're in school still?
Yeah, I have like 2 part-time jobs and I study, but right now it's summer, so it's a break from school.
He's in uni.
Yeah, I'm in university.
Okay, what are you studying?
A business program.
Gotcha. Another business major.
Yeah.
He read the book last fall, and he's been restructuring the efficiency spend, restructuring his college schedule. Bowtie wisdom.
I'm a fan.
Exactly. So, long story short, I'm like pretty new to all of this, but I've read this book and just trying to learn as much as possible and synthesize some of the information I gather and cut out the noises for the jungle. That's why why I'm here and what I'm doing.
Yeah, buddy. What process do you use to decide what is actually important as opposed to noise? Do you have like a checklist or something that you use?
What I do is I like scroll the Twitter feed and I save like threads or tweets that I think are great. And then at like the end of the week, I go through like a long list of the top picks and I try to take out the top 10. So it's very hard because it's hard to like to choose the best things and but that's what I'm doing. I'm just like creating a list and taking out the top that I believe is the top 10 of those.
Yeah, that works for me. So this is something that you plan to do on a weekly basis. So when are you dropping the next one?
I will be dropping it at the end of this week.
Okay, good. So
Yeah, so
that's pretty soon.
Yeah, so I'm trying to create one Jungle News episode every 2 weeks.
Every 2 weeks. Gotcha. Okay. I'm curious. What process goes into that? I mean, like, how much effort does it take?
Well, for now, Hedgehog, that's until Bull taps you and goes, all right, we're going to pay you to produce this more often and in more in depth. And
Yeah.
Well, those 2 part-time jobs are nice, but I'd rather make Bitcoin.
Yeah, I mean, honestly,
online.
Yeah, exactly. It's a lot more funnier to create videos than like being at a job. So
yeah, who needs a real
it's
job? Fuck that shit.
Yeah, exactly. So I think it's funny and a great way to put down my time.
What are you going to say to your parents if that actually ends up being a job? Like, hey, mom, hey, dad, I know that you wanted me to go be like an accountant or like a lawyer or something, but instead I'm going to go play, play games, with videos with cartoon animals on the internet.
Yeah, I mean that's like it's impossible to like make them understand that.
Well,
but yeah,
the money though, that will make them understand.
Oh, the money will make them understand real quick.
The money will talk.
Everything's a bad idea until it makes money.
Oh yeah, exactly. No, my parents did the same thing when I started. So I own a company that prepares kids for college entrance exams, and before that turned profitable, my parents spent the better part of like 3 months telling me I was an idiot because I was admitted into law school here in the States, and law school in the United States is a separate program after your college degree. So it's like
expensive separate program.
Well, that's the thing. I had 8 full scholarships, so like I was good to go no matter where I went. That was the whole like sweetheart deal of it. And then I turned all of them down because I was like, I don't want to be a lawyer. This sucks. And my mom, oh my gosh, she was furious. She was furious because I was like, Mom, I want to start a company. I don't want to go to law school. She's like, you're a moron. You're throwing your life away. Everything's going to the shitter. I'm like, no, I can do it. I can do it. And now I make more money than lawyers, so I'm good.
I have to say though that it's not as big deal in Sweden because our education here is free, which is like a huge difference compared to the USA.
When you say free, I mean like how much is your income taxed, though? Right?
Exactly. What did you say?
Yeah, how much are your taxes though? So it's like you say your education is free, but I mean,
we have much taxes. It's like it's 30% on your income, but there's also
hold on a second. Only 30 on your income? That's it?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was higher. Wait, hold it. How do you guys pay for that stuff? Back up a second. Wait, only 30%? Because like in the United States and in a lot of states, you're paying more than 30% on your income.
Yeah, but I think we have taxes on like when you buy like items. So for example, alcohol, it's like extremely expensive because there's a lot of tax on it. Okay. So we pay a lot of tax that way.
Okay. Do you have taxes? Do you have a VAT? Like a value added tax on like when a business sells a good to another business, do they pay taxes on that? You know?
Yeah, I would guess, but I don't really know, to be honest. I'm not super knowledgeable about this.
Well, come on, man. What's the point of going to college for business if you don't know this stuff?
Yeah, true. But it's like Yeah, but I know it's we are a country. I mean, of course, we have a lot of taxes. That's why we have free schools and things like that. So
yeah, but you guys also are surprisingly like good on personal liberties too, right? Well, what wasn't it? Did Sweden shut down for COVID? I thought you guys stayed open for the most part.
Yeah, we did. In the beginning, we were like there were very few restrictions. So that's true. There are a bit of restrictions now. It's easing up a bit now, but we've been kind of chill about the whole situation.
That's pretty great, man.
Yeah, it's nice.
So hold it. You're going to come through for the Citadel meeting in February 2022, right?
Yeah, is it like a physical meeting in like the US?
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Very likely it's going to be in the US.
Yeah, like I have no idea how what will happen there. Maybe if,
I have a strong suspicion that Bull's going to fly you out.
I'm just gonna, awesome.
I'm just gonna put that out there. Hey, Bull, if you're listening, homeboy here is pretty freaking good. I wouldn't mind if he came through, and if you don't want to cover it, I can. It's fine.
Yeah, it would be awesome.
Yeah, dude. No, if anything, you can come chill with me in Florida for a bit. It'll be good. It'll be like the exact opposite of Sweden. But you know,
yeah, exactly.
we also have pretty women here, so it won't be too unfamiliar to you.
That's perfect.
Oh man. So Barber, what's up with you, dude?
Trying to digest it all. It's like Hedgehog. Here he is putting his real voice, human voice behind these awesome animated videos, and he's from Sweden, which I didn't know. And it's like, you got, where else in the world are you bringing people from all backgrounds and places, and they're all kind of unifying around this one idea?
Yeah,
sovereign individuals, or DGen Turbo Autis on DGen Island by 2035, no later than, if you want to call it.
Yeah, that's awesome. Like to be honest, I have like never had a online conversation with people from the USA. It's like it's all new to me, to be honest.
What people?
Yeah,
I think he's talking about us, man. He's talking about. Oh, that's true. Yeah. You haven't met the human yet. Jesus Christ, Hedgehog.
Yeah, but I mean, like engaging in this way with people online. It's like it's not something I've been doing a lot for the past. It's
it really is a wonderful new experience.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, because you can make friends from like literally anywhere in the world now, and that's kind of nice, right? I mean, we wouldn't have found. I mean, how else would we have known that there's this cool dude in Sweden that wants to make animated videos for all kinds of crypto stuff? I mean, that just comes out of nowhere.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
Right. At this point, that's actually the power of decentralized finances and this whole decentralized approach. That you could be literally at any location on the globe. Any far-flung region. You can be up in Sweden. I mean, like, who knows? Well, maybe we'll have some people from Africa and Asia eventually, right? I think right now, because the jungle communicates primarily in English, we're somewhat limited to the Anglosphere. But eventually we could really get to the point where this is truly global.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, hey, Dingo's here. Yo, Dingo made a cool. Yo, Dingo, come through, dude. Barber, did you send the link?
Yes, he retweeted it, so he's got it.
No. That was a link to the live stream that he retweeted. DM him like the one he can use to actually come in.
I think isn't that the same one?
No, they're different. You have to press invite on the thing, and then you can DM it to him.
Yeah. That's all right. Yep.
It's the one you sent to me.
Yeah. That's what. Yep. Yeah. I'll head up Dingo.
Yeah. Dingo was mad cool. Hedgehog. Did you see the video?
Australia.
Yeah. Did you see the video Dingo made today?
Yeah, it was not just one video. I think it was like 6 videos or something.
Oh, right? No, he's in meetings. He can't jump on. Oh no. Listen, that's a shame. Yeah, I know. He made awesome videos, right?
Yeah, they were really, really nice. I liked them a lot.
Death of a Clown got me so hyped. I rolled out of bed at like 1 p.m. and I saw that, and I'm like, let's go fuck some shit up. Let's get some shit done. Death of Clowns.
Oh my god! No, I was so hyped when I saw that. I mean, granted, I don't know. Maybe I'm less of a DJ, and I woke up a lot earlier than 1 p.m. But it was pretty awesome. It really was pretty awesome. He had me freaking like on top of like some orca or some shit that was like eating a clown banker alive. I love it.
Right. I was talking with DMing him earlier, and he's like, "Yeah, I didn't know what kind of music, but I found this song called Death of Clowns, and I thought that would work." I'm like, "Oh, it worked."
Was that the Beatles or something? I could have sworn
I
I
don't
heard
know.
it.
It's a song called Death of Clowns. Like, okay.
All right. I think that's like the new DJ Island theme song.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
So to contrast with Hedgehog's video yesterday, Dingo's was like footage with kind of like meme style like text and photos cropped over, while you did like the animation, which I'm not saying they're competing, but it's definitely kind of cool to see the differences in getting that entertaining message across.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was a great concept, and it really worked because I thought it was really funny.
Yeah, no, that sort of thing needs to spread far and wide. I mean, it seems like it is, right? That thing has like a gajillion retweets now. It's going everywhere. I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan. I like the energy of all this stuff too. Yeah, the fun thing is going to be when we take all this stuff offline, also, right? Because we're going to start getting the community together. That's why we got to fly you out of Sweden already. But
yeah, exactly.
Patriot and I met up the other day. That was cool, and we're going to have more stuff like that going forward because the community is going to evolve in that way. And fingers crossed, man. Fingers crossed. Maybe we can all meet up on like the actual Dechen Island, which may or may not be Puerto Rico, but like
yeah, that's awesome.
It might be El Salvador. I mean, who knows?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of things could happen between now and 2035. Honestly, I'm going to give it like 3 or 4 years for things to shake out before I pick a place.
It's so hard given how fast things seem to move. And I mean, Hedgehog and I were talking this earlier. He's changing his kind of lifestyle or structure since reading the books since COVID, and then the Bowtied books a few months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, because the problem too is that, I mean, Bull brought this up also with like El Salvador. I mean, you don't know if that's actually going to be secure, because the main risk with a place like that is whether or not the government's going to start laundering criminal money. And if they get in the habit of doing that, the U.S. could very easily use that as a pretext for invasions. And maybe not like a physical one, but like sanctions,
banning exporting goods and services to El Salvador,
refuse to provide liquidity, refuse to buy sovereign debt, air travel. Oh yeah, air travel, naval restrictions. We still control the Panama Canal, right? So that's not going to be something that people get to use willy-nilly either. So like, it's basically El Salvador put itself in a very, very precarious position. And I for their sake, I hope they play their cards right. I mean, I hope there's more countries like them, because the more there are, the harder it'll be to stamp down any one of them. But they have a tough road ahead of them. They really do.
Yeah.
Don't we all, in one shape or form?
Sir.
I think it was Friedrich Hayek, father of Austrian economics, said there are decades where weeks happen, and there are weeks where decades happen. And that's how I feel about the last 12 months and change.
Yeah, no, things are accelerating. It's a good time.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I don't know how Hedgehog's going to keep up. We've got to hire you an assistant or something, man.
Yeah, I actually, with the growth of the jungle, I'll have to do that. It's hard keeping up.
But there's got to be somebody who can help you. I mean, like, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I don't know if I personally have the time for it, but we could maybe put out some sort of like tweet and be like, "Hey, like, does anybody want to?"
Yeah, but I mean, there actually are. I mean, like Baboon, he's making his daily digests. They are like very good for cutting out a lot of information. So there are like people doing that, I would say. Like mostly Baboon, but yeah, they would Yeah, if anyone would be up to help, it would be really cool.
Yeah, no, I think that'd make a big difference. It'd be useful if we made sure that would happen for you, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would your two part-time jobs, Hedgehog, if you were making enough money doing your videos equal to the part-time jobs, would you just quit those part-time jobs and focus on the videos?
Thing is, I like. Yeah, I could probably quit one of them, but I like having like the security of a second income.
Right.
Because I feel like I have the time to put into the part-time jobs, so there really is no need for me to quit it at the moment. But yeah, if this ends up being like getting like real potential, then maybe I would consider it. But at the moment, I don't think that would be like the best move, because it adds some security. And actually, one of the part-time jobs I can do from home, which is very good, because it gives a bit of more freedom to do other things on the side.
Yeah, no, that makes a big difference.
Freedom
Working
of
from home
time.
working from home is a huge deal, man. I mean,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to, like, I run 2 companies right now, and I would not be able to do that. In addition, even to my jungle stuff, if I was not working from home. Like, I'm like leveraged out to the max right now. Not like leverage in terms of like debt, but like in terms
Time.
of time leverage, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No water cooler BS appearing like you're busy. You just get after the next.
Yeah, I never did well at the water cooler stuff. That was not my forte. I feel like once you're on a salary, you just have every incentive like misaligned with actual productivity.
To make an analogy, it's almost like maybe being married young or having that really steady relationship. You get used to the consistent punta. Hedgehog, that's English for, well, you know.
Yeah,
what.
I know.
Okay, punta
I got it.
transcends language barriers. Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
Yes, they have that in Sweden too, Barbara.
Yeah, we have it in Sweden.
Yeah, and it's all tall and blonde, so that's a whole nother thing.
Telling you, I want some of that Swedish punta.
That consistency and steadiness, the lack of variability creates complacency. As Nissan Taleb, author of The Black Swan, said,
I've seen
the 3 worst addictions are heroin, carbohydrates, and monthly salaries.
Aye.
Yeah. Actually, that's one book that I actually read, and I think it's really good.
Black Swan?
Yeah.
That's a great book. That's a great book.
Yeah. Would you say the COVID and all the other stuff this last 12 months is a Black Swan event? Are Black Swan events?
Yeah. I mean, like, nobody expected it. Or maybe some did, but that would, that I would say that could be a Black Swan.
I'm gonna disagree partially. The way Taleb defines Black Swan seems to be it's a improbable event that you couldn't have predicted the timing, but you didn't even know. It's an unknown unknown. It's not something you knew could happen.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah.
It's in the COVID thing seems to be like a 1 in 100-year storm. Like, pandemics happen every so often. You don't know when. Governments can lock down countries. You don't know when or why. Not that really helps you in terms of preparing for the right time, but it doesn't seem like 9/11 seems more like a Black Swan where
you're right. It's a huge difference when you know it. When you know it will happen, but don't know when. It's a huge difference.
I think humans have an impermanence of understanding of like what their world is. Like, if you took a wider view of human history, you could have easily predicted that something on the scale of a pandemic like COVID would happen. Because, for example, there was the Spanish flu that happened that was similar to the Black Death before. It's not like this is the first plague that happened. But I think that at the same time, because those happened in worlds that were technologically completely, disjoint from where we are today, it feels very foreign. And so a lot of people, observing those past scenarios might not connect them to the probability of risk in the present because of how different it feels. It feels like those happened to other people in a different world that aren't us, and therefore don't merit the same consideration.
It's almost now this is a whole nother book, Fourth Turning, and Sovereign Individual kind of maps. It's that no one alive today remembers the Spanish flu, for example, or the Great Depression, and even World War II. Like, yes, some of our grandparents were kids, but they didn't actually participate as adults, right? They didn't fight, they didn't scramble for food in the Great Depression. So no one alive today has experienced that. It's only in history books where that has actually happened. Almost as if we're doomed to repeat the same mistakes every 80 to 100 years.
No, but it's worse than that. That's what I'm trying to say. I think that, every maybe 10 years or so, as far as people are concerned, we're not really in the same world anymore. Like, it used to be farther apart, right? For example, like the people in 1800 didn't view themselves as being that much different from someone in 1700. But if you compare someone today to someone from 1900, that difference is massive. And likewise, even you could actually shrink the time scale and the same effect occurs. If you compare the experience of a person in the 1950s to the experience of a person today, that's very, very, very different already. If you compare the experience of someone even 30 years ago to today, that's already drastically different. I mean, the mere fact that we can communicate, seamlessly, from our phones, the fact that, Barbary, me and you are having a conversation with HEDGEHOG in Sweden, right? And you're in so I don't even know where you are, southern US. I'm in Florida. Barbara's in Sweden. HEDGEHOG's in Sweden. We're having a conversation in real time that's being broadcasted simultaneously to 10,000 other locations on the world. And this all cost us what, like $10? I mean,
maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. Like per episode, it's actually probably less than that. But we're talking about, minimal cost, all these things. And, the ability to do this has already caused our experience to evolve so rapidly that it almost bears no resemblance to things that have happened before. And that trend is not slowing down. It's actually speeding up. So we're getting to a point where by technological evolution alone, people they don't have memories. And even if they had memories, their memory is actually becoming increasingly useless. It's why boomer styles of investing are not particularly useful at returning profit. All the boomers that are telling you right now, if you're a young person, to invest into an index fund or something, which for some people maybe is a good idea, but if you're actually looking to make a lot of money, I mean, that's actually a terrible idea right now, right? But they do it, and they give that advice, and the justification they give is that, we look at the historical returns and we compare it to the options, and historically this outperforms.
It worked 30 years ago.
Yeah, well, that's the problem. Yeah, well, historically, you can say whatever you want. Doesn't matter because I don't get to invest, in 1970. I'm investing in 2021.
Right.
So, good luck with that. I mean, it doesn't even help, right? So I think this is the problem, right? Because people Adam Townsend actually was talking about this. And if you don't follow him on Twitter, his handle is at Adam Scrapple. It's actually, he has some really fantastic takes on these things. But one of the things he was talking about was this complete destruction of memory, both in terms of its usefulness and its presence at all. That people's identities are collapsing and that they are losing track of who they are and what they are. Because, having a memory, even of yourself, is just not a useful thing anymore. Yeah. And so I think we're experiencing that. I think that's going to change the definition of a black swan, right? So to Barbara's point, I think actually COVID was a black swan. And I think it's a black swan because it fell into a category of something that you didn't think would happen for this world. And here's actually something more. I'll go even farther than that. I think that an enormous number of historically common catastrophic events are actually going to be treated like black swans by people making decisions because of their complete loss of touch with historical reality.
It's, what do they call it? Planned obsolescence with, our technology like phones and laptops, but planned obsolescence with experiences, because technology is changing the underlying structure of our culture and society so fast.
Yeah. It's more like Dark City. Have you guys ever seen that movie? It's like an old classic from the 90s.
No.
Dark City is a movie where, like, basically it's like everyone in the city, at midnight every night, their memory gets wiped, and they wake up every morning in a new bed with a new wife, doing a new job in some different location, right?
That sounds pretty good.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Well, no, but they have no recollection of what happened previously. I mean, you think it's pretty good, if you get around. No, I'm with you on that one, but but effectively, we're moving towards that. Because of the rate of acceleration and people's loss of touch with their experiences, right? Because your experiences in the past are increasingly less useful in predicting the future. What it does is it favors people who, for example, do a lot of A/B testing, and it favors people who will adapt very quickly, and it favors people who are creative. And if you're doing anything that is less creative, or something that is supposed to work because it worked before, then it makes the world a really inhospitable place for you, right?
Yeah.
So I think that by the way, of course, is the utility of like going into something like crypto, right? Because it is that new thing, and it will be one of those things that gets taken up because it does favor that same level of activity.
And a shift from, there's an advantage to experience or established patterns of behavior, versus there's now an advantage more so to trial and error, creativity, asymmetric risk reward ratios.
Right, exactly. I mean, in the old world, as it were. I mean, roll back 100 years, 200 years. Trying any sort of creative endeavor was genuinely stupid. Like, say, and you're in like 1850, and you tell your parents, "Hey, I want to be a musician." Well, they would correctly laugh at you, right? Because where's the distribution system? It's not like it is today, where you have a basically like zero marginal cost of production for musical works. It's actually a phenomenally profitable thing if you can get enough of a name for yourself. And then moreover, because of the internet, it's easier than ever to get people to actually know you, right? And you can find a niche audience. Say you're an okay musician, but like your style only appeals to like 10,000 people out of 7 billion, right? You can still make a living off that, right? That's fine, right? Today, but that was never fine before, right? So that creator economy, I think, has opened up doors for people that never would have existed, because the amount of creativity you need to get noticed and to survive is less than it used to be, right? It used to be that if you're creative, you had to be like top 1 in a million to make it, and now maybe 1 in 100, and you're probably okay. So that's a lot of people that are going to be able to make a living.
Yeah.
Like Hedgehog.
Yeah, exactly. Like me creating videos about jungle animals. It's very specific.
On that note, gentlemen, I do have to wrap this up soon. Actually, jumping on with Honey Badger and his +1 in about 10 minutes. Of course, you're welcome to listen in, and it'll be live streamed. But I before we jump off here, just Substack, YouTube listeners, Hedgehog, his YouTube videos, the recap of Jungle News animated overlays are available on Hedgehog's YouTube channel 24/7 for all your meme degenerate entertainment needs. And Sponge, of course, as usual, thanks for jumping on. Sponge YouTube video, web store, bowtiesponge.com. Another episode of Mind of the Lion. And before we cut it, any kind of lasting comments, takeaways, impressions from the conversation or elsewhere, Hedgehog?
And yeah, it was very interesting to be a part of a discussion here, and I'm just happy to have been invited.
I'm just thrilled that we're able to have you at all here, Hedgehog. It's pretty great. We're going to be talking a little more in the next few days. I wanted to get you involved in some of these projects, and at some point we'll get you over to America too.
Cool.
Yeah, we want to get those those videos monetized. And
yeah, that would be really cool.
Right, absolutely. All right, gentlemen. As always, a pleasure.
Thanks a lot. Bye.